Hey, Ghost Jazz Trio fans, subscribers to the official Ghost Jazz Trio YouTube channel. Really appreciate you subscribing and following the goings on with the Ghost Jazz Trio. And just want to give you some updates on my latest album, my fourth album in 4 years, my 2023 release on March 24th of my album Groovin Smooth. It has 10 songs on it. It was produced and arranged by legendary guitarist Dean Brown. He used to play with Billy Cobham and Marcus Allen, many others. And also he plays on the album. He co-wrote many of the songs, and it was great to work with him. I had never worked with a producer before, and he was really easy to work with. Very intelligent man, so he understood exactly what I was trying to achieve with very little direction. He helped me accomplish what I consider my best work yet. And I wanted to pour everything I could into this last album. I probably won't put out another album for a while. I've done 4 albums in 4 years, and as people know, it's not inexpensive to record an album. The good thing about this album, which I'm really proud of, is all original songs, of course, but also it was all done organically. We recorded the band live in the studio. We did add some ear candy. Dean does play some synth and guitar and other ear candy on the album. And other than that, it was recorded live, so you get to hear all that raw, kind of harken to the old days. Now people are doing everything remote. They just put it on a file, send it to somebody, download the file. It's just it's a shame, really, because you're not getting that vibe of the room and the musicians playing off of each other and connecting, and it's just you can't duplicate that. It's impossible. So I was really proud of the fact that we were able to do that, and everybody came together. The talent on the album is amazing. You have Chase Pato on keyboards, is local in San Diego, and of course Nathan Brown, who's currently touring with Coca Montoya. And he's played with everyone from Kim Scott to Marcus Allen, Eric Marienthal. He's played with a lot of people, and so it's been great to have those two on. And then a drummer I had played with before. We went through kind of a short list, and he was selected. His name is Trace Hodgins, and he's also local here in San Diego. Other than that, it was recorded by Alan Sanderson, who's worked with the Rolling Stones, Michael Jackson, Elton John, and many others. He's won a Grammy, and this is the 4th album he's recorded, worked on, and mastered for me. So I wanted to give everybody an update on the album. It did come out the 24th. March 1st came out with a second single, which is called The Sound of Wood. You can find it all on your streaming platforms. And then, of course, we have an official video for The Sound of Wood. Please go to the YouTube channel, the Ghost Jazz Trio at YouTube. It's a great video. It's partially inside the studio and outside. And basically, the song is called The Sound of Wood. It was written after the album had finished, and I really didn't have a ballad on there. And I wanted to have something that would showcase the organic sound of the wood of the Pat Metheny signature guitar that I have. And that's no longer in production. And I had sent the song to Dean, and we went ahead and put it all together and called everyone back in the studio. And it's a really nice song. It's actually the current single out right now, the second single. Which is amazing because we recorded it after all the rest of the album was finished, and ends up being the second single. And it really is about showcasing the organic, again, the sound of the wood of the guitar, and the strings and just that nice natural sound, not a lot of effects. As viewers know, a lot of guitar players, it's almost more effects than you hear the actual guitar. A lot of these new jazz players, even especially, they have a lot of reverb, a lot of delay, and it's not clean and tight. It's kind of they have to play with that style, with that tone, because it kind of limits what they can do as far as being accurate on the notes, the duration, because there's so much delay, and it almost kind of drowns out the sound of the instrument. So really wanted this album to just feature the guitar, and that's what Dean did. And then the first single, which was on the Groove, that came out last year, towards the end of the year, and there's also an official video on YouTube channel as well. Please go check them out. Give a thumbs up if you enjoy it. A lot of people have given me a lot of feedback that they really enjoy it. And then there's also an interview with Dean and myself that we talk about the process of meeting, putting the concept of the album together, composing the songs, recording them, and all that. So it's kind of interesting. A lot of people have said they enjoyed it because they also learned a lot about marketing and the recording process and so forth. And my marketing partner, which is smoothjazz.com Global Radio, I've been with them for about 3 years. They've really helped me get my music out there. A lot of people don't know, there's about 60,000 songs that come out every month, and for you to be noticed is practically impossible. So you really have to do a lot of your own marketing, which a lot of people don't realize. But if you have a partner like I do, it also helps. And then, of course, the album was released on a new record label that I just signed with, called Guitar One Records. Go check them out. They also have their own online radio station with a lot of different categories of music, radioguitar1.com. So definitely go check those things out. And having the label also helped me with the marketing has really helped. So with the new label, marketing partner, and then of course I use a lot of the free platforms we all have access to: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and things like that. So the album's doing really well. The brand is doing really well. The Ghost Jazz Trio brand. I had a 5-year plan to really get this brand built up so that really to get more work. I do a lot of corporate events. A lot of the venues in San Diego really don't pay that well. The ones that only have the marquee acts don't really have many local bands play in their clubs or their music venues. Probably, money-wise, it wouldn't work out for them. But again, so the first single came out on the Groove. Watch the official video. Sound of Wood. Watch the official video. Interview with Dean and James. It's also on the YouTube channel. All the songs are on the YouTube channel, so you can actually find the Groovin Smooth playlist. Has all the songs listed. You can just let them play through and leave your comments. Please subscribe to the channel for upcoming things that will be happening, possibly a solo album under my name instead of the band. And so a lot of things have been going on. The album this is currently in the top 100 of the smooth jazz charts at number 24. So that's the highest it's ever been. And all the 4 years I've been in the charts, all my albums have debuted in the top 100. And then I have 2 songs in the listeners charts, which is the only charts in the world that listeners actually vote for the songs they like. So the album's doing really well. And one of the things about coming out with a nice album, I have been contacted with a lot of outside businesses and things that want to market and all that kind of stuff. So I've had to filter a lot through those offers and decline most of them. So again, this album was kind of my last, album for a while. I'm just going to be concentrating on doing a lot of corporate shows, things like that. They pay well, and I've built the brand up where it works out pretty well. So I'm getting a lot of good work. And then I do play locally at some clubs. Madame Bonnie's downtown at 4th and Market, the Gas Lamp downtown San Diego. And I have alternating bass players. I have Nathan Brown on bass, some shows, and then I have Lance Jefferson, who's a fantastic jazz player, very good. And then Jack Nathan on drums. I've been playing with him. He's been with the Ghost Jazz Trio for about 4 years now. He recorded the first 3 albums and with me. So he's been along the ride himself on the Ghost Jazz Trio train. So yeah, so the album's doing well. It's number 24 on the charts. If you go to the Roots Music Report, it's number 2 in the smooth jazz charts. So that's really good. And I'm really excited about the album. You can go to SoundCloud. You can type in Ghost Jazz Trio, listen to the album. You can go to Spotify. Follow me on Spotify. That'd be great. Ghost Jazz Trio. And all that support helps. And let me know what you think about the album. And if you are local, come down to Madame Bonnie's. We're playing April 27th, 7 to 9 p.m. and May 11th, 7 to 9 p.m. And I may be doing a show in August, opening for Spyro Gyra. That's still in the negotiation stages, which would be nice, which will be a nice show. We'll probably do a lot of songs off the new album, hopefully. And yeah, that's about it. So I really appreciate everyone that's been subscribing to the channel, and I'll be giving more updates about the album and what the band's doing. Again, there's also a website you can go to. If you go to the Ghost Jazz Trio band.com, there's a link there. You can, at the top of the homepage, click on that. And I actually offer some, not classes, but I coach musicians. I have a couple of clients right now that are musicians trying to get their music out there. And I'm basically using my method that I've created, which got me from 2020 to 2023 with 3 album nominations: Best Jazz Album, 21, 22, and 23. My last year album was also nominated by the San Diego Music Awards for Best Jazz Album. And also how to create a nice income stream, get a lot of royalties from a lot of different entities. There's so much to know and how to do it. A lot of people don't know where to start. So if you click on that link and connect with me, look at the packages that I offer, and then I can find out what your goals are. And I have a whole process to get you up and running from day one, actually. So those that really want to get their music out there and aren't sure how to do it in this new technological age, with TikTok and all these other things out there that kind of dominating the media environment. And I will say again, I think people really are enjoying this album because it's recorded live. And if you want to hear a band that's recorded live, it sounds great. I really recommend you listen to the album. Again, a lot of the stuff is done remote and digitally, and they use all kinds of things to correct notes and all that kind of stuff. So we really try to stay as organic as we can. There are some things you need to do. So I hope everyone's having a great 2023 year, and I hope everyone's doing well. I know there's a lot going on around the world right now, in a lot of different areas, financially and weather-wise and politically and the rest. But that's the world we've lived in forever. So it's not going to change anytime soon. Best thing you can do is focus on your dreams and your goals, and really try to focus on building your own uh, bubble, you might say, of what you do. And one of the things that I tell musicians that contact me about wanting to get help getting their music out there is I tell them, just do what you do. Don't try to follow the norm or try to appeal to a certain thing. Um, for me, the jazz genre, I did focus on that particular genre that I hadn't played before because it is such a wide platform, the opportunity for musicians, different kinds of music. So from R&B to kind of fusion jazz, all that, you can get a lot of that in. There's a huge audience, and it's just a great platform. So I did gear this album towards that to monetize that and get that fan base. But again, I also may be doing a solo album that's going to be more of some, other stuff, compositions that I write that's more reflective of me. Even those songs were on this album. But really stick to what your sound is, and don't listen to what people might say that you should be doing, or why aren't you doing this, or you should learn how to read. I've never learned how to read music. All I play by ear. I've put out 4 albums. I have an album in the top 20, at 24 in the top 100. It's just, it's really belief in yourself, and every day just do your work towards that goal. Practicing is super important. um, uh, you know I try to put in at least 3 or 4 hours a day, and it's just important. If you're just doing scales, or if you're just going through your set list or whatever it is, you want to stay connected to your instrument. It's just like anything. I mean, people spend more time doing their jobs, sleeping, watching television, eating, playing video games, whatever. Spend that time that you can be doing, instead of all that, on your instrument and connecting with it, because that's what your voice is. The more you play with it, it's like, Robin Hood with his bow and arrow. I mean, he probably practiced, uh, you know, think about it. If you were Robin Hood, you'd be out there shooting arrows 8 hours a day to get super good. Or Zorro with his sword. You got to practice. Everything is practice. There's an old saying, um, doing 12,000 things doesn't get you success, but doing one thing 12,000 times will bring that success. And again, it's just constantly keep growing, and stick to what you want to do and your own sound, and what you have, and just believe that. Uh, they say when you're not anywhere yet, people ignore you. When you're kind of in the middle, they maybe criticize you a little bit, and that kind of thing. And then when you're at the top, then they don't like you. So it's, that can happen. And again, I'm 65 years old. I'm now getting to where I wanted to get musically. It can happen at any time. There's people that become millionaires after 70 or 80 years old. Age doesn't dictate what your goals are and what your success is in life. It's really all about your mental state and your state of mind, your belief system. And if you have a strong enough belief system, and you have it worked out, where you have a system that works and you stick to it because it works, you can apply it to all different aspects of your life. So again, I'm really appreciative of the fact that I was fortunate enough to um, have Dean Brown be a part of this album, the other musicians on the album, that they all felt that it was good enough material, and the quality of the music was good enough for them to want to participate in it. And for Dean to want to play on the album, because he felt the material not only dictated that, it required that, but, we could have hired someone else to do what he did. And he decided to do it because I think he felt he could add his vibe, his spin on it. And he did, and it sounds great. So if you're a Dean Brown fan, definitely listen to the album. He does a great acoustic guitar solo at the end of Spanish Seas, kind of reminiscent of kind of an Al Di Meola, Paco de Lucia type thing. And again, you know, there's not a lot of good original music out there. And, you know, I know there's a lot of straight ahead jazz and bebop jazz and all that, but if you want to hear some original West Coast laid back smooth jazz grooves, give us a listen. And I really appreciate your time watching the video, and I'll keep everybody updated. Thanks.